Hi friends, happy Thursday. Welcome back to Math Today. Today for math, you will need pages 305 and 306 and page 307 and 308 from your Envisions math book. You will also need a pencil. So go ahead and pause the video and grab the materials that you need. All right, welcome back friends. Now we're going to go over our number cards as we have been. I'm going to shuffle them up. The number cards that are in here are numbers 1 through 20. We're also going to practice counting forward to the number 30 and backwards before we look at our learning target and our activity sheet today. So let's go over our numbers. Here we go. 1, 3, 16, 20, 19, 13, 9, 8, 17, 18, 7, 6, 5, 15, 2, 4, 11, 12, 14, 10. Great job, friends. Give yourself a tight hug and say, I am smart. Very good. Now let's practice counting in sequence or in order. I have our number line up here starting with 0, but we're going to start counting at 1 all the way to 30. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now let's count backwards from 30. Ready? Here we go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's give ourselves a roller coaster cheer. Ready? Click, click, click. Oh, woo! Good job counting forward and backwards. Now we're going to take a look at our learning target for today. Our learning target says I can add numbers together. We've been practicing adding and we've learned that we can use another word. It's actually one of our popcorn or sight words that we're going to learn. It's the word and. A-N-D, and A-N-D, and I can spell and I want a puppy, and I want a sucker, A-N-D, A-N-D. So in math, when we use the word and, that means that we're adding, we're bringing groups together. So let's stick out our hands to remind ourselves of what adding is. We have one hand of 5 fingers, a group. We have our other group of 5 fingers on our other hand. We're going to bring our hands together as we sing and show that we have one big group of 10. Ready? Here we go. Adding means putting groups together. Adding means putting groups together. Adding means putting groups together to make them bigger than before. When we add, our number gets bigger, except when we add with 0, then our number stays the same. So today we're going to practice actually adding in our addition symbol or plus sign. Can you guys point to the screen without touching it? And point to this guy right here and say addition symbol. Can you also say plus sign? So addition symbol and plus sign are synonyms. They both mean the same thing, but are different words. So you can call this guy a plus sign, or you can call him an addition symbol. When we see him, we say add. That reminds us that we're putting together. We can also say plus, which also means we're putting together. So on the board, I have examples, or one example of 2 different groups of a shape that we call a rhombus. A rhombus is another word for diamond. So I have a group of red rhombuses and a group of green rhombuses. Just with subitizing, quickly looking with our eyeballs, how many red rhombuses do you see? 2. So I'm going to write a 2 on the first line. Now, since we're practicing adding and I see the word and. This tells me I'm going to put my plus sign right in the middle. So I'm going to put my addition symbol or plus sign. And then I'm going to look at my green rhombuses. How many green rhombuses do you see? 2. So today, all we're practicing is setting up our sentence. We're not answering it to see how many there are in all. Our first problem on our solve and share will have us draw to show. So let's go ahead and take out our solve and share, page 305, and a pencil. Our directions say there are 4 crayons in a box. Daniel puts 3 red crayons in the same box. How can you find out how many crayons there are in all? So first, it tells us that there are 4 in a box. Let's use a rectangle and triangle to make the shape of a crayon. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 crayons in a box. How many more does he add to it? 3. So we're going to draw 3 in our other group. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I see I have a group of 4 and a group of 3. Now he's able to see all together how many there are. Let's circle both groups to show that we're putting them together. And then let's count and mark out how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 crayons in the box all together. He started with 4 and added 3, and now there are 7. Let's take a look now at our guided practice on page 306. It tells us that we're going to count the school supplies in each group and then write the numbers and the plus sign or addition symbol. So let's start by counting our first group of paintbrushes. There are just 1. So we're going to trace the 1. We have our word and that tells us we're going to add. So let's put our addition symbol or plus sign there. And then let's see how many we're going to add to our first group. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to trace my 3. And now I show that I have the sentence 1, add 3. Can you read that with me? 1, add 3. Good. Like I said, we're just setting up the sentence. We're not answering for these problems. It's just to practice knowing that we have our addition symbol now. Okay? Let's move over to the books. Let's count our first group. There are 1, 2. So write a 2 on the line. We're going to write our plus sign or addition symbol since we have our word and there. And now we're going to add how many are in the second group. We have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to write a 3 on the next line. So now our sentence says 2, add 3. Can you read that with me? 2, add 3. Good job. All right. So we're going to skip past page 307 since this is going to be your activity sheet for your teacher's Google Classroom. We're going to flip to the back, page 308. We're going to do exactly what we just practiced in our guided practice on page 308. So let's count our first group of erasers. I'm going to count and mark out at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They already have the 5 to show me. Yep, that's exactly how many are in that group. Now I have my word and, so I'm going to put my plus sign. And then let's count our other group. 1. So now I have the sentence 5, add 1. Can you read that with me? 5, add 1. Another way to say that is 5 and 1 with our sign. Okay? All right, let's go over to our paintbrushes. Ready? Let's count our first group. 1, 2. Let's write a 2 on the first line. What do we need to put in the circle to show and? Our plus sign or addition symbol. That means we're bringing our groups together. Let's count how many are in the second group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I can read this in 2 ways. Let's start at the top with the computer typed one. It says 2 and 5. Good, now let's read the bottom. It says 2, add 5. Excellent. Let's go over here to the notebooks. Let's count the first group. Ready? We have 1. Now let's do our addition symbol and then count the other group. 1, 2, and 2 on the next line. Now let's read both ways. 1 and 2, 1, add 2. Good. On the last problem, our challenger, it says we're going to draw 2 groups of counters to show 5 all together. Then we're going to write the numbers in each group on the lines. So we want to make 5 all together. So let's use our fingers to help us decide. So I'm going to show 5, and I'm going to put 1 finger down. So let's make 1 circle. We're going to count and mark it out and write a 1 on the first line. Now, if I have 1 in my first group, how many do I need in my second group to get to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's draw 4 circles on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's count and mark them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on the next line, I'm going to write a 4. But what did I miss in the middle to show that I'm putting the groups together? My addition symbol. Okay? So now I have the sentence 1 add 4. Very good. Okay. So what I want you to do is flip back to page 307. And on page 307, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to count your first group, write your number, count your second group, write your number, and don't forget your addition symbol right there in the middle. Okay? Great job adding today, friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow for your next math lesson.